for the public hearing. It's great to see people out and voicing their opinions. You can leave if you want. You can stay.
Well, really fun.
All right, now we're back to our normal work agenda. The mayor is out of town. She's in D.C., so it's coming Thursday. I don't know of anything on her. She's provided any report or anything as far as I know. Finance, Richard?
Yes. Good evening. So a couple items to talk about. Notice will go out to the public. It'll be an insert in the next utility billing, which will be, actually it'll be for April and May, so it's the one after next. Regarding the water, sewer, and stormwater rate increases, it will begin actually in April. And I'm currently working on format of Wyatt's financial report, and we'll report on it tomorrow night to the Finance Committee. The first actual finance report from Bias will be for the first quarter, and that'll be in mid to late April. It's going well, though. I like the way it looks. It's just taking a little bit more time to flesh out everything. And that's what I'm going to work with the committee tomorrow night on, is some of what they want to see and how that looks. The state auditor called today, actually, and said that the exit conference would be scheduled sometime next week, and I'm waiting to hear back from Leanne, hopefully on Tuesday the 18th. That's all I have. Any questions?
Thank you. Oh.
Would you let me know when it next week?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. Courts, Kelly's not able to be here tonight. She's got a daughter who's got a special event, and so family first. Public safety.
Sergeant Boss and I attended a week-long conference, a Northwest Leadership Conference. It's the 45th conference. Our coalition funds the entire event for all the chiefs. And I was able to take Sergeant Boss because we had a person that couldn't make it. And it was down in Portland. There are 2 speakers every day, morning and afternoon, and they address risk. The one speaker was this is one of the best conferences I've ever attended, but he talked about risk in the workplace, risk out on the field, how to prevent it, how to recognize it. We had Aaron Bowles is a retired National Football League player, and he spoke on pretty much just leadership, but he shared experiences that we could relate to. We had a speaker on leadership for reducing organizational stress. But anyway, I know Sergeant Boss was with me for a purpose, and that was one of the speakers addressed the role of sergeants and in the fire department, lieutenants. And it was a great seminar. The RFA had their administrator and deputy chief there. We had our 10 chiefs. So, just a brief report, but it was excellent. Are there any questions about anything else?
Public Works. Yeah.
Get out there.
Kind of brief tonight. We met with just an update on we met with the Army Corps of Engineers on Thursday and Friday for updates on the river. They're not supposed to be allowing more than 6,000 cubic feet out at Mud Mountain. We saw today that it's up to 6,400. If it gets any more than that, they're supposed to notify us. But with the rain slowing down, it shouldn't be a problem. That's about it right now. Nothing else new. Oh, yes, we do have a new crew member. She started last Monday. Her name is Carrie. She's a maintenance one. Any questions?
I have a question. Have these letters been mailed out concerning?
We didn't mail them out. We hand delivered them just like we did the first time. And she got one as we were walking out the door to go deliver them, so.
Okay, so that you went and you
Hand delivered.
on Friday?
No, we did those on Monday. Tuesday, March 4th. We did them the day after.
Okay.
Yeah.
But she didn't get it till Friday?
No, she got it Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday, whatever day we went out, I'd have to schedule.
Okay. So all of these addresses have received?
All those addresses have received, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Jim Shunty and I went out and hand delivered those.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
Thank you.
I do got one question. Regarding the letters, were they only issued to people with motorhomes?
No, they were issued to anybody that had a trailer, boat, motorhome, anything parked in the front that was against the code. So it was not just motorhomes. I mean, we handed them out to people that had the little 4x8 utility trailers. One guy had, there was a couple that were snowmobile trailers.
What about people that have temporary shelters, like temporary garages?
That's a whole nother part of the ordinance, and that is planning on being addressed.
Did you hand out a letter to people with all other vehicles that aren't used on a daily basis?
Except for the ones that are junk vehicles, I have no way to determine that. And the ones that have junk vehicles, unlicensed vehicles, yes, they receive it.
Burned out, Michelle.
Yes. Yeah, but if it's parked in the front, it's kind of a split.
We were going to request that the insurance company's attorney look into the issues on this. Have we heard anything further back on that?
Yeah, we did.
Letter.
Very lengthy letter.
I know there were some concerns that Councilmember Halsey had with that. I think that governance is going to be reviewing.
I got some issues because the way we define things like side yard setbacks, when we're allowing to park in side yard setback, well, side yard setback goes clear to the street. It's a side yard. You can't have anything permanently erected in the setback. That's why there's a setback. But we can park in the setbacks, and so a side yard setback would qualify. It's not part of the front yard. Front yard is the part that blocks the vision and view of the house, and the AWC attorney said that that would be difficult to determine how to judge that. So we're gonna look at it.
Anybody else?
Fine.
Thank you.
From the front of the house.
Community Service Senior Center. Darcy?
Good evening to everybody. So I still have tickets. I just have one or two more tickets that you have to purchase for our lasagna dinner. They're going fast. For the lasagna dinner, March 22nd. I just have a couple things. I don't have hardly anything at all. Joanne wanted me to remind everybody of the computer lab that's in the gymnasium. It's open up every day. We do have web access. She has free popcorn for the kids on Friday. Bouncy houses, Wednesday, 10 to 11. Everybody can come if you like. Wednesday, we have bingo at the senior center, 25 cents a game. We give away toiletry items as prizes instead of knickknacks, doodads. We're going to be shopping at the Commons Mall Thursday the 13th at 2 o'clock. The bus leaves at 2, I just said that, sorry. You just need to call and sign up. We're also going to the mall on Friday also at 2. Just need to sign up. Friday at 2 o'clock. We got 2 things going on Friday at 2. We're seeing a movie called Dolly Sisters. We're going back to the old movies, the ones that everybody loves but has forgotten. So, any questions, comments? Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Anything from the council?
First off, the comment that was made by Public Works Acting Director about the policy of motorhome being under review because I can't move mine is an error.
I didn't make that.
And that's what the lady said you said, so,
No, she had talked to somebody else at the window before she talked to me.
okay, whoever she talked to, that's still an error. It's not under review because I can't move my motorhome. It's under review because several of the citizens had raised an issue about it, and the council decided to look into it. So, a letter to that effect needs to go out to that lady who was told that it was under review because the council member can't move his motorhome.
You just moved it last week, didn't you?
Well, I took it out last week.
Yeah, so it moved.
I can't park it in my side yard because the city allowed an easement for that cable box that I don't use.
All right, I think we're getting beyond the point of, what we're asking for, and we've had public hearing, and I'd like to hear from the governance, not have a discussion at this point related to it, so I'm gonna call it.
I do agree that something should be sent out to clarify that point, though.
Well, I'll leave it up to the city to decide what they want to do with that, if there's a concern. Gary, you can take that up with Ken later on.
I think that should go through the mayor. The council shouldn't be directing staff.
No, I'm not telling Gary to tell him to do anything, have a discussion, but not at this point here. Boards and committees, the finance committee, we're meeting tomorrow. What time is it, 5:30? 6:30. 6:30. Can make it? Okay. Governance committee, when is the next committee meeting you guys are having?
And we'll be setting that tonight.
Huh?
We'll be setting that tonight
Okay.
after this. But it will be soon. We're working on the ordinance about the motorhomes, boats, trailers. We've been working on this since immediately after the letters were handed out to the citizens, so this isn't something we just started. We've had 2 or 3 meetings so far concerning this, and it's a tangled up ordinance, and I wish this lady had stuck around to hear that we aren't reviewing this because a council member can't move his motorhome. We're reviewing it because we think it's best for the citizens to review this. So the other thing that we're bringing forward to council tonight is the contract for professional legal services. We're looking at a yearly fixed price for our professional services, so you guys should have all received the RFP and the information regarding that. Yeah.
I got it.
You got it this time, yay.
So,
Any questions or anything?
One of the things I know we noticed that we don't have a listing is the new, but is that part of the park board that's going to be doing what you're involved in with marijuana? It's really the park board.
Planning commission.
Planning commission, sorry, planning commission. Okay. All right, so, human services meeting was last, Tuesday, was it not, Darcy?
Yes, it was.
I unfortunately wasn't able to attend. Anything come out of that meeting that council needs to be aware of?
I have my notes, if you give me just one moment.
Okay.
We did discuss, Citizen of the Year, we discussed that. And, who would be on the committee, and then we discussed the essay, 250 words will be submitted to me. They can email it, they can email it, however they wish to do that.
How are we getting that information out to the citizens?
It's on Channel 21, it's on the website, it's in the Albany Reporter, going out in the water bills. We have posters, we have like 3 posters, we have flyers. And our activity calendar for the seniors is like Rainier Vista gets delivered, the post office gets delivered, the library, I can't think of anything.
The Tumblr,
I'm sorry?
Jeans.
Yes, I did the Tumblrs also.
Great,
I can't think of any place else to put it.
that's pretty good.
Okay. Really, I can't.
Anything else?
There was other things that we discussed. We discussed the code of conduct is getting much better in there, so that's really great. We discussed, here's my notes. Stacy was talking about a spay and neuter clinic for cats. And I don't know if you had
And
mentioned dogs, also that, like contacting veterinarians in the area to see if they would donate their time, so we could get this taken care of for our citizens here in the city. And, see if we could maybe contact our insurance company to see if we would, if we could even do that, due to the liability of the city, that type of thing.
And working with Algona.
And working with Algona, yes.
The joint community.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Public Safety Committee, you guys had a meeting lately, or you got one coming up?
Oh, we got nothing in the middle, we got nothing.
Okay. Public Works,
There you go.
anything going on in Public Works?
Well, we have a meeting every first Wednesday. I guess we really got nothing to report this time, right now, it hasn't already came out.
Technology committee, we met last Thursday with Richard and Auburn's IT contact. We talked about the contract that we're looking at, that Darcy and Trent have made some comments, sent to Richard. You got any additional information?
The website, Auburn's working on the website, cleaning up some of the content. We're expecting, they're saying, this is, April, is that right?
That's what we're shooting for. They might be able to, remember, it's taking them at least a week to get all the content we need loaded on it. Plus, we need to meet with the people that are making the website to change some of the content to be more what we like to see instead of what they want on there. So that's why I'm giving us April, just to give enough time to go back and forth.
And we're looking at as John said, we're looking at the contract. Originally, they kind of lumped in the cost increase. It appeared to be an 8% increase of what we're currently paying. If we separate out all the web hosting costs, it's a 2% increase. So, and then it's a 2%, CPI going forward. Yeah, that's the other thing that we cost. But feedback on the agreement to do back from the technology committee by end of day tomorrow. We're hoping to bring it to council at the next workshop so we can get it approved and in place. Let's see, and then we also talked about possibly talking about tablets. We've mentioned this before. Auburn's got a couple different samples that they've been sent in. They're going to bring us some samples to kind of try out and see what works for us. They've given us kind of some advice based on what they've used and what they like and what they don't like. So that's all let's kind of decide for ourselves and give some pricing. So if you want to take a look at the contract, we can send it out. If you want to provide feedback, we have until tomorrow. It's pretty much the same contract as we had before. We've also asked, their contract says that we get a total of 400 calls per year. We don't come anywhere close to that right now. And we're looking at including examples of, or when we get the bill, they're going to provide exactly what we're calling for and what their service agreement is, or what their service timeline was for it, and then we're gonna look at some of the things that we're consistently calling on, and making sure those are called out in the contract as what's provided, so. But to date, there's really nothing that they've come back and said, no, we have to bill you extra for the contract. You know, even though it's kind of generic, it's worked for us so far.
And did you guys look at the possibility of contracting services out to a private firm?
We're not there yet. The contract gives us an out, so it's a 60-day notice by either them or us. So because it's expired, we wanted to at least bring it, get it working, and then we can go out to bid and start looking for those options, which is kind of our intent.
Because we're spending the money on the services alone, right? We don't get any hardware or anything with this, right?
It's just, yeah, it's a
It's just
it's a agreement, and it's,
I mean, will we benefit from hiring an IT person for
Well,
that amount of money?
we're paying about $42,000 a year, roughly, I think, so you're probably not gonna get I mean, it might be a part-time something to look at. But
I was just thinking, there's some firms out there that provide services for businesses, and it's a pretty good chunk of money. We could either maybe enhance what we get, or, you know, definitely, when they have an issue, City of Auburn, their man-hours prioritized for City of Auburn services over ours, and if we had a contracted service from a private entity, I think we would see better service, and maybe even get a little bit cheaper.
And we've talked about it as a committee. One of the things that we thought about doing is breaking the services up a little bit to where, since Auburn knows the police systems, keeping that with them and then having the rest of City Hall with something else. So we're looking at it. But, you know, there's no penalty if we want to cancel, you know, once we approve it.
Thank you. Civil Service Commission, any reports? I see nobody here from them. Most of the time we don't. Park Board, is there anything from the Park Board? Have you attended any meetings yet, Yourth?
Yeah,
Anything?
yeah, the last meeting, okay, a lot of the meeting was used, speaking with, Richard about the finances, and she's gonna follow up with Richard about that. And then, we've been working on the upcoming event, Earth Day.
Thank you. Anything from the Planning Commission?
I can speak to the committee. Obviously, I presented the idea of the Citizen Advisory Committee. We call it a committee, but it's really a work group, and so we're going to make that clarification when we put it together. Paul and I are going to sit down and look at the applicants probably Friday, and if she's got some that we're reviewing this week, maybe do some work a little sooner, start getting the committee picked. It looks like we have plenty of interest. So I think we're actually going to have to limit some of the people that want on it, and then, but still invite them to help us work and get the information. So again, this work group is just collecting facts. Basically, that, you know, if someone's got a statement out there that says we shouldn't do it, why that we shouldn't do it, then we want to vet it with some sort of statistical data. And if we should do it, we want to make sure we're not breaking any laws, and making sure that all the questions like that I had asked in that email and the paper I presented at that one council meeting, that we answer all those questions so that everything's vetted, that information's collected, given to the Planning Commission. The Planning Commission looks at it, makes a recommendation to us. We'll also have all that information available to us to look at so that we can make our own decisions as well when we have to vote on it.
Thank you. PCRC, South Cities Association, I know that the mayor attends, and Vic, I know you're one of the backups, I don't know if you've attended recently, or
The PCRC?
no, the South City.
South Cities.
South Cities.
Yeah, I didn't go to the last meeting.
And then skateboard, I don't even know who's on that right now.
It's me on the end, and
Okay.
I haven't been to any of those meetings yet.
And VFRA meets tomorrow, so, other than that, I think that's the end of what we have for reports. Let's see, no